this segment, we're going to take a tour of the new FMO site. The purpose of the site is to provide easy access to forms and documents via pages categorized by the functions of the Fiscal Management Office. Here we are on the home page of the FMO site. At the top of the page is a banner that graphically represents the role of the FMO group. Below that is a welcome statement indicating what the FMO group is responsible for. Then we have the FMO announcements area, which displays the 4 most recently created announcements. As with most of the announcement areas in the Vault, clicking on the title FMO Announcements takes you to a page dedicated to showing all of the FMO announcements going back in time, with the most recently created announcements at the top. We'll return to the home page of the FMO site by clicking on the Home button in the secondary navigation on the left-hand side of the page. Below the Announcements area is a series of panels connecting you to the inside pages of the FMO site. There's a panel that takes you to the Travel Reimbursements page, a panel that takes you to the Payroll Distribution page, a panel that takes you to the page that provides information to new traveling employees, a panel linking to the Accounts Payable page, and a panel linking to the Accounts Receivable page. Each of these pages provides DBO employees with access to information, documents, and forms grouped by category. To illustrate what we mean, let's visit the Travel Reimbursements page. We can do that by either clicking on the Visit Page icon or on the words Travel Reimbursements in the title bar of this panel. We'll click on the Visit Page icon. Here we are on the Travel Reimbursements page. After a page top banner and welcoming statement that introduces the Travel Reimbursements page, we have 5 expandable panels that provide access to the forms, documents, and other related information corresponding to each of the following categories of travel reimbursements. These categories are in-state, out-of-state, transportation, CalAiders, and in-transit. Because there are multiple categories on this page, they start out collapsed and can be expanded by clicking on the arrow on the left-hand side of the title bar. Let's click on the arrow on In-State Travel. As you can see, the panel expands to show that there are 5 categories of information, documents, and forms as regards in-state travel. Clicking on any one of these tabs, and we'll use Mileage Reimbursement, provides us with an information overview about mileage reimbursement, and then additional facets that reveal the documents, forms, and bulletins related to mileage reimbursement. This makes it incredibly easy for a DBO employee to visit the FMO site, connect to the in-state travel page, and then find exactly the information that they need by clicking on the appropriate panel and tab. Let's click on the Out-of-State or Country panel. You can see that this panel is arranged exactly the same way, providing the documents, forms, and bulletins organized by procedures, blanket trips, and individual trips. The Transportation, CalAiders Global, and Transit panels work exactly the same way. Now let's use the Home button on the left-hand navigation to go back to the home page of the FMO site. Scrolling down the home page of the FMO site and looking at the panels connecting to inside pages, it's easier to see how the site design makes it easy to connect DBO employees to exactly the information, documentation, and forms on a category-by-category basis, whether that information has to do with travel, payroll, or accounts payable or receivable. Scrolling back to the top of the home page, let's look at the right-hand column. At the top of the right-hand column is an area called Need Assistance. This area is designed to support categories of common questions that visitors to the site may have. While there are only 3 categories present at the time of this recording, this area is designed to be expandable to support many more. The categories are expandable to reveal the common questions that employees have had when viewing the site. Clicking on the Registration topic reveals 2 links, one for providing help with registering for Concur, and one for registering for CalAiders. As you might imagine, clicking on the link to register for Concur will take us to a new employee travel page revealing the Concur expandable panel providing the information, documents, and forms related to Concur. Let's use the left-hand navigation to go back to the FMO home page. Underneath the Need Assistance feature is a box that provides links to the online travel guide and a PDF of the Pocket Guide. Clicking the link to these travel guides takes us to a page that explains the travel guides and provides links to the one you want to use. Clicking the link on the Pocket Guide simply opens a PDF that can be printed or viewed. Clicking the link to the travel guide takes us to the new online travel guide. This is an online, constantly updated version of the travel guide that makes it easy to navigate to the information concerning any travel-related topic. There is also a link to a PDF version of the entire travel guide that can be printed to a printer. Let's use the link at the bottom of the travel guide's table of contents to return to the FMO homepage. The next area on the right-hand side of the page is a link to a page that provides access to all of the documents, forms, and bulletins controlled by FMO. Let's click that link. Although all of these documents, forms, and bulletins are available via the pages and panels that organize this information by category, they are provided here as a quick reference for individuals that already know exactly the document they're looking for. As you can see, the tabs here at the top of the page provide views of all of the documents, all of the forms, and all of the bulletins in the FMO site. Let's again use the left-hand navigation to return to the home page of FMO. Continuing our tour, under the Documents, Forms, and Bulletins area is the FMO Contact area. Here, employees are provided the FMO contact information for each category of assistance they might require. Using the drop-down to click on a category, New Employee Travel, for example, provides an employee with an email address and potentially a phone number to get assistance with that category of information. Below that is a Key Links area that provides hyperlinks to popular documents and web pages. Last but not least comes the FMO Events area. This is actually an abbreviated view of the FMO calendar, showing the next 5 upcoming events. Clicking on an event will open that event in a dedicated page, allowing you to read the full detail. Clicking the Close button at the bottom of the event will return you to the home page of the FMO site. Clicking on the title FMO Events delivers you to a page dedicated to displaying the full month view of the calendar. Here you see the same events on their assigned dates. The calendar operates just like a regular Outlook calendar with controls to move forward and backward in time. Let's again use the secondary navigation to go back to the home page. Last but not least, let's review the secondary navigation on the left-hand side of the page. Just like the secondary navigation panels in every site in the Vault, this one shows us the contents of the site we are currently in, which in this case is the FMO site. The top button will always return us to the home page of the FMO site. Then we have a category of pages. This area provides links to each of the pages in the site, the Accounts Payable page, the Accounts Receivable page, and so on. The next area is called Lists. Here are provided links that would take us to the Announcements list, the Needs Assistance list, the calendar we just saw, the Contacts list, and a link to the FMO Attendance calendar. A special note here, the FMO Attendance calendar will only be visible and available to those individuals that have been given permission for it. If you feel that you should have access to it but do not, contact a manager. Next comes the area for libraries. There's only one library in the FMO site at the moment, and that is the FMO Document Library. This library currently contains all of the documents made available to employees through the Multi-Tab WebParts organized by category on the various pages of the FMO site. That completes our tour. Related videos cover interacting with and contributing to the various pages, lists, and libraries contained in the new FMO site. Take a few minutes to take your own tour to see how the site can help all DBO employees utilize the services of FMO.